There's something that we work with every time we work with Taikokyu called the Keiryaku Chosei. And Keiryaku are these nerve lines that go from the top of your head to the tip of your toes and into the tips of your fingers. The nerve meridians, as they're often called in kind of Western parlance, they are part of absolutely every movement we go through. And there is these kinds of linking combinations. The most important thing that I've found in my own Taikokyu practice is that I have this opportunity to tune in to where there may be blockages in one of the chosei or one of the meridians. And your body has this remarkable way of being able to send to zones of the body the most healing. And whether it's like if you get a cut, for instance, if you get a cut, your white blood cells and the corpuscles and all of these things are so actively involved in trying to render help to that area that you just got cut or injured. It's a remarkable system. And what we have to do is become very practiced in being able to send without an actual cut. Like if we can feel our joints needing certain things, we can feel our body parts needing certain things, we have to be able to get those supplies to the front, as it were. Morning, everybody. Thank you for joining today. Nice to see you. Let's go into some Taikokyu today. Once again, we're on our pillows, and the pillows help accentuate our posture. The round one helps form that low back curve, and the other pillow is kind of ideal to cross your legs on. And you know, you're welcome to sit in just a general or easy renkiza, which is a cross leg, sometimes hakuren, which is just a white ren, which is just kind of sitting like this, and then the half lotus and the full lotus, both legs are stacked up. The whole idea of the lotus posture is it's just an easy posture to sit in as we're on the ground, kind of like the leaves of the lotus plant, pondering in the ponds. So let's start. We'll go in with our breath work and a little bit of meizokokyu or meditation right along with this. Don't know if you can hear that. There it is. Okay, just drop inside and let's close the eyes down and work our breath, breathing in through the nose, lifting the tongue, just touching the roof of the mouth ever so slightly. And then drop the tongue down and breathe out through the mouth. And remember just to let that air come in and out really easily. Not trying to force anything here right now. Not breathing vigorously, it's kind of just breathing normally, but focusing on breath. let's breathe normally and just kind of open your eyes and come back into the room. Yeah, so I'll abandon my hoodie because it's a little warm. I'm happy that it's warm today. Let's move through a few things in the arms first. Welcome. We'll grab our staff, if we have a staff here with us today, and we'll go with a really wide grip on the staff and then narrow. And we'll just kind of right in front of our posture, we'll start by cycling out and back in. And that's all it is, just kind of nice and even. Hopefully your stick doesn't have any slivers or anything like that on it. And just kind of cycle in and cycle out. And now out in front of us, we'll do the same thing. Just sliding as far out as we can reach on the staff. Whatever staff you're using today, yeah, you can move over it as much as you have to, Greg-san. Exactly. And just moving within balance and up and now above you. Please don't drop it on your head. Just kind of that nice, easy slide. Good reason to have a stick that's not sided and smooth. Good work. Beautiful. Now we'll go as far back as we can when we're doing this. So we'll open it up and let the arms drift and then pump back up as we narrow. Slide open. You have to continuously feel where it is you are in the balance of the staff. Like that can come right out from your hand and back up. 2 more. And push the chest out, just kind of warming up, as it were, your shoulders. Excellent. Now we'll abandon the stick forward and just kind of shake our arms to the side. Now sweep across the front, sweep the back. Just single arm. Hit your shoulder on the front side and just let your arm kind of slap, not hard, but slap on the back side. Nice, we'll do the same thing. We'll shake loose on the opposite hand and then sweep. Nice and easy, just like that. It's kind of sweeping motions. Excellent. Now both arms, really good. Okay, linking the fingers. And just kind of pump just through the hand. Now obviously the tendons that extend into your hand from your forearm go all the way into your hand, into your fingertips. So you'll get a bit of your forearm stretching in here when you're just focused on the hand. Anyway, squeezies. Trap the thumb. Open the thumb, trap the thumb, open the hand. Just so every second one, you can trap the thumb right inside your hand, just like that. Yeah. Beautiful. Back to the staff. I'll restack my legs just so I'm not getting too used to one position. And I'm just in the easy lotus posture, as I say before. And so your hand's right in the balance part of the staff. And we're going to flip right over. Yeah, nice. And then back the other way, flip right over so your palm is up. And the stick is just being used as a guide. You can, of course, do this without the staff. But as you rest the hand here, it kind of locks out the wrist slightly and stretches those extensor tendons in the forearm, and now right the way around, straighten the arm, palm is up. So you go from a palm up, general palm up position, or a normal palm up position to a twisted palm up position. Yeah, and breathe. Excellent work. We'll change staff side. And start with our palm up. Extend the arm forward, let your shoulder project. And then nice and easy to the other side. Palm comes up again, my friends. And then palm back up again. Yeah, just like that. Hi, welcome. And palm back up. Good work. Excellent. Now we'll abandon the stick once again. We'll shake the hands right out to the side. And this time twist. One's going to hit, so they're both engaged now. And you're not trying to hit hard, obviously. You're just moving and touching the shoulder and touching the back are kind of giving you a reference. Two more. Excellent. Shake it out. Nice. Now while the stick's on the ground, we'll go and scoop it up, palms up. So just scoop the stick right off the ground. And this slideys that we did a moment ago with our palms down, we're going to slide on the ground, open the posture up as far as you can, bring the head down, and then up. So this is a repetitive drill. And up again. Yeah, so you're moving on the staff just like you did a moment ago. Opening. Let your body fold down as far as it can go. That's the way. And then come back up once again. Really nice, everybody. Good. 3 more times. This really low posture. Breathe in, rise up. Breathe out, go down. And this is more of a compression breath, so you're exhaling all the way deep into the posture and then rising and breathing back in. So you're not cycling your air in the bend. One more time. Yeah, excellent work. Okay, the stick's going to come right behind you, and the palms are up on that staff. I'm still on both my pillows, but you're welcome to go right down onto the ground, no problem. So on this, we're going to slide open almost as though we're going to fall back, but try to suspend yourself with your abdominal muscles, and then slide back up. So slide open. And back up. Yeah, your legs are going to come off the ground a bit to try to help support your upper body. You're trying to maintain the easy Renkizara lotus, but do what you can. And then up. I mean, these are compression breaths as well. So you're breathing out as far as you go back. Breathe in as you rise. So you're kind of running out of air, and then you bring yourself back up. Let's try that one more time. Yeah, just like that. Excellent. Now we're going to abandon that lotus posture and just bring the feet, the legs out, legs out into a modified fire stretch, because it's not as far as we can stretch, but we're just open the legs. And I'm still just on the edge of my square pillow here. And you're welcome to be flat on the ground if you feel you can get there. Now this time, we're going to compression breathe with rising the stick and sliding open at the same time, and then back in. So you're going to compress out. And breathe back in as you bring your hands back together. Now the attempt is to go further and further forward and further above you with your arms. Behind you, that is. Okay, let's do it together. Breathe out. Nice work. Keep going about 3 more times. Yeah, 2. And 1 more. Beautiful. Yeah, excellent, Dave. Really nice stretch. Now we'll go into our water posture. We'll abandon the staff for just a minute and take the pillows out. So encourage you to drop down to the ground, but if you still need that lift to get your pelvis tilting forward, then do so. We'll go into our classic water stretch. Really nice, and with an inverted hand. So see if you can spin your arm right the way around. Fingers are pointing towards your groin, and you're putting that extra pressure over the knees. Yeah, like that. Again, go as far as you can with the spun hand. Some people's hands or arms are a little more flexible than others, so you got to do what you can. Now we'll drop forward with the head, and this is a cycled breathing movement. So we'll continue to breathe as we deepen this posture. So you're playing in this posture for at least 6 to 8 cycles of air. And as before, you always know that as you continue to breathe deep in the posture, it often allows your posture to open up more. Real good. Keep that bend in the arms, stretching through the axial region of the upper arm, the forearms. So right in the armpits. Nice, good. And then cycle the hands back out. Real good. So we're back into a seated posture. We're going to reach one out towards the tips of your toes. And the stick's going to be employed in this one. Bring the stick and just slide it around. Hopefully you have enough room for this. And you're just going to stay grabbing forward as you spin and look behind you. And the stick is kind of a guide. Look back towards the stick as you maintain that grab over your toes. Keep the breath moving. Excellent. Now we'll hand that stick over to the other side as we prepare to go to the other side. Again, this is a cycled breathing movement, so as you get deep into posture, you continue to breathe, look back towards your stick. Keep the air cycling, moving in, moving out, and deepen. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Come on, back out. Feet stay welded slightly together. Let's just place the stick now over the edges of your knees and bring a light palm. So I've opened my palm up, and you're going to reach out as far as you can on that staff as you bend forward. Cycled breathing, so you're breathing throughout. Deepen and keep the breath moving, please. I know sometimes it feels you just can't move in certain postures as well as you'd like to be able to. Unfortunately, they have to be worked, just like everything else that you're trying to build or trying to learn through. Keep going. We'll start expanding the air and the holds from that 6 cycles of air to maybe 8 to 9 cycles of air. And work your posture, work the kamae, the position. That's real nice. I'm just taking a look around a little bit. Good work. Yeah, try not to cramp. Excellent. Rise. Rise up. And this one, what we're going to do is we're going to pass the arms. So you know the one. Let the elbows go out in front of the staff and keep crawling the hands open as they cross in the chest. Once again, bend forward, but your arms are neatly crossed up now. Please really try to let the head hang, even if your back is not super supportive of this posture and your hip flexors are not super supportive of this posture just yet, but bend in, let the head hang. That helps to provide just a little bit additional weight to the movement, and don't forget to breathe. Real nice. All of a sudden, deep in posture, if you feel, come on back up, you feel you can go deeper, then provide that expansion to your body. That's how you get more flexible. The breath really helps allow that. Nice. Crawl out. So we're stacked now the other way. Yeah, trying to establish which arm was in front the last time. Bend forward once again. Try to maintain your water stretch posture as you cycle your arms side to side. Really let this dig deep into the rhomboids, the upper back muscles that are between your shoulder blades. Nice work. Breathe into that. Very nice. Now crawl out super slow as you rise your spine back up. Now let's just abandon the staff. We'll cross our legs in kind of a natural position or easy lotus, and we'll cross and let the hands drop just to the side and relax your shoulders for just a moment. And as you're doing this, remember your breath. It's kind of the breath of reflection, the breath of recovery, and in fact, the breath of not doing anything, just sitting for a moment and letting your body be okay with that too. Nice going. Just a few more breaths in the breath recovery position. Nice. Try to remove the expectations of movement. There's something on the screen there. I don't know what that is in the middle there. Is that a low battery? Okay, really good. Now, we'll come back up and we'll change our stack one more time. We're still in cross leg posture. I'm going to reach across with one arm to grab the far knee. And as I lay down, I'm going to point up to the ceiling. So as I lay my shoulder towards the earth, I'm going to point way up to the ceiling. Let your head drift to the side as you go into this. And this is a held posture. We're not moving through this one so much as holding and breathing. And of course you are moving micro movements because you're deepening. Beautiful. Unfold, rise up, and keep your legs moving. Reach across, just anchor lightly on that knee. And as you point, you drift. So turn and look at the raised arm. Once again, let your head or your neck open up on this as well. Wow, rise up again. Nice going. We'll bring our stick back into action here. We're still in cross leg. One more time, but we'll just keep them moving. Nice going. Let's bring the stick to a wide grip and just place it on the nape of the neck. So it's really kind of cradled just off the bone on the nape of the neck and kind of sitting on the trapezius muscles. And on this one, we'll just start with a movement as though we're backpedaling in a swimming pool. Our arms are stroking backwards. Try to leave the stick up there as best you can. Beautiful. Now the right arm is going to change first, so I'm just going to bring the right arm in place and still backstroke. Maybe 8 to 10 times, and then back to its original position and change the other side. So one palm's forward, one palm kind of backwards, and we'll cycle back on that one again. Keep the breath moving, please. Nice. And we'll go back to original position. That's the one. Now, drop down. And all you're doing, remember, is trapping the stick with the arms. And as you do so, our legs are going to fan out. And we'll bring our chest down as low as we can with that back hand position. The stick is resting on your spine. That's the way. Now this is a cycled breathing movement. So your stick is behind you, your legs are open, and you're breathing your way to a lower position. Now the stick is kind of pushing you into position without a friend or a stretching partner pushing you or a rubber band pulling you. Yeah, we're just trying to let the body weight and breath take us into a deeper fire stretch. And again, keep breathing. Nice, yeah, it might be really hell to pay on your legs and your knees. Now rise up after that 8 cycles. Shift the staff back to your shoulders with a downward palm like you're in the rack. Nice going. Legs are still open. What we're going to do is lean one side to begin with and just place the stick with kind of a drawing wrist. You're not pulling with your hand, you're drawing with your wrist. And slide out towards your heel as you continue to focus on the grounded part of the staff. Hopefully you can get there, at least touch one. If you can't slide this time, maybe you can just touch, and that's great. Hold through that, and well, hold, but breathe through it, yeah? And so you're actually deepening. So you're always kind of moving, even though the posture seems like it's held. Now slide up and then lift up. Recover breath when the diaphragm's completely kind of uncompressed. And now to the other side. So we'll try to touch on the inside of the leg. If you're only able to get to the top of your leg or even just tilting over slightly, that's all good too. You're all moving in the right direction. Keep the head peeled towards the grounded side, moving deeper and deeper into the magic of the stretch. Cycled breathing, so you're breathing throughout. And as you slide back up to rise back out, really good. Once you get to the top, just pump the legs a little bit. Nice going. Just a few more times from the rack position, so your arms are on your staff. Nice going. Now we'll remove the stick and let the shoulder, the deep shoulder stretch, that was that one. Just relax for a second. All I'm doing is leaning the stick on my shoulder. Now this is a bit of a skill testing question. So I'm going to have you rise the stick out and balance it straight up in the hand. So find that subtle balance point. You don't want the stick kind of cranking over into your hand or over onto your thumb. Find that balance point, light balance point, extend out. At the same time, the other hand is going to rise up to the leg as you're finding the balance point, and you're tipping your body sideways forward. And once again, you may not go too far. It might just be kind of a really light thing here, but being really cognizant of the balance of the staff. So those are the micro movements, always being aware of how the stick hits the ground. And if you're able to, you just kind of crunch straight down as far as, I'm just taking a look around. Yeah, you can. Nice going. And I call it the skill testing question because you're bringing your cognitive awareness, not dissonance, the other one, to the stick and to the weight of the stick. Good. Nice. The other side. And we'll try to go forward as far as you can, like reaching out, balancing the staff. It's really subtle in the stick, as it were. And so everything like this in the body, kind of subtle. You might not feel like you're making any progress, but honestly, just being in the class is progress enough. So you're kind of going sideways on this one, twisting around, trying to put the side of your head on the ground, extending through. And as normal, don't forget to breathe, especially when we're doing cycled breath work. Oh yeah, pull that up. Now just tip the stick out and let's just cross our legs back in. And let's take a kind of a total of what's going on in the body for a moment. So we'll just go back into this rest position. Tune into how that might have been hard on your back, a little bit hard on your hips, your neck, your shoulders, whatever it was. And just for just a second, follow me along as best you can. Talk to that body part and tell it to relax. And it's okay to get into expansion and move through. And if you're not into expanding, you're probably into contracting or staying stagnant. So maybe one is better than the other. Yeah, so just take this few breaths moment to tune into your body parts. Excellent. Nice work. Just a few more breaths. Nice work. Now we'll come back up and I'm just going to move my staff and we'll drop one leg, whichever leg you'd like, into a classic wood stretch position. And I just tear these tabby off as well. Nice. Now from this position, we'll sit up into a classic wood folded position and try to unweight so that we can extend our leg out. Now once we get it out to the side, let's try to draw the toes back and see if you can't connect to the toes. Now if you can't quite reach that far down, sitting up and just expanding the leg is perfectly fine for now. So you're going to bring about 3 to 6 breaths into that expansion. And I like to hold on to my back, the ankle, when I'm doing this. And then draw back in. We'll get prepared to do it again. We'll do it 3 times today, but we'll hold for 3 to 6 breaths. Look straight down at your leg and let the upper arm or the upper body make the connection to the lower body through the arm. And back in. Yeah, just like that. And once again, out. Make the connection. And then back up. Really beautiful. Everybody's doing great. So we'll just kind of comfortably arrange ourselves in the moku nobi posture. Moku wood, nobi to stretch or stretching posture. And we'll extend out. Once again, trying to make that connection to your toes, your ankle, your knee, or even the ground. You know, even this posture works to begin with. That's it. Breathe through it and try to deepen for 3 to 6 breaths. Excellent. Nice, Greg. That's really good. Watch your hip and knee on that, but you're doing great. Once you finish your cycle, bring your leg back in. Let things adjust. A couple breaths through the middle. We'll go back out. That's the way. Look down. Make the connection between the upper and lower. and then back in. Nice work. And last one. And then back up. Good work. So we'll sit for a moment. We'll turn our attention back to our arms. We'll bring the staff up for that one. Grab approximately the middle of the staff, whichever staff you're using, and just talk that over the one arm. So we'll do this lateral movement. Then we'll pick up and bring to the center. Really become practiced in releasing and letting go. No flexion, just let the muscle stretch. You're not trying to make a muscle here. You're trying to stretch a muscle here. Good work. And then right the way over. And whilst you get into place, bring the stick and kind of lock it behind your posture as best as you can. You can even let go of the lowest part of the staff. Really nice. And I'm just going to have you bring your hand up, if you can let go, and twist your head, like deflect head a little bit more than it's normally able to do. If you're only able to get to this position or even into the front, then you can disconnect from here and decompress the cervical spine from this place. If you're able to get even deeper on that, then your thigh locks the stick out. Just nice and easy. You're not trying to push to hurt. You're trying to push to bring on the magic. Remember your breath. The breathing should be so engaging that it cycles up every cell of your body. Now we can release. We'll step that back out and make sure your arm still works. Good work. I know it's pretty challenging at times. So we'll restack the legs and we'll do the same thing. We'll cross that katasukashi. Katasukashi is the position. And in this katasukashi, we can now step forward. Play that out. If this is as far as you can go and then you have to decompress and press here, that's great. If you're able to take it right the way around, settle yourself down. You don't even want to feel your your buttocks leaving the ground. You want to feel fairly settled in this as you let go. And then eventually take and engage the neck and head with a little bit more pressure. And with each consecutive breath, remember that notion of relaxation, even though you're kind of in a tensioned position. If you can relax in these tensioned positions, this is exactly why Taikokyu helps us face adversity. Because we get in these tied up, pretzel type positions and we find a way to breathe and get through them. Nice, excellent. We'll step out and then out. Yeah, super job. And the use of the pole is really helpful in all of this. Okay, we're going to move position from the squared off position to the ground and we'll come right up onto all four now. We're going to use our stick almost from the get-go. So if you can mimic this posture, you're on all four still, but this stick hand's going to sweep through, similar to what you just did on the ground, but you're in a fairly high grab on the staff, and then eventually try to maintain that friction grab you have on the stick, being cognizant of it standing up and down, just like we were when we stretched earlier, and lower your body to the ground. Just touching the forehead. You've got a support hand there, so you can always abandon or press out if necessary. And this is a deep rear deltoid movement. This is a really nice one to do after that decompression that we did on the seated twist, because this really engages the deep neck muscles, the trapezius, the deltoids, come on up, the rhomboids. And of course, with holding the posture, we'll slice out. You'll even get the scalene muscles close to the bone. Now I'm going to change side of the stick here just because I want to use the rubber end to hit the ground, where the rubber meets the ground. So I'm in all four, and maybe you don't have those rubber ends, but certainly try to get one for your stretching stick, your Nobi bow. Nice. Now you're pretty high. Now, some of you might have to have low anchor, but once your shoulders get really mobile, you'll be able to have a really high anchor as you drop down. Touch the forehead, let the neck go, let the shoulders go in the sense that they're relaxing. Remove your imposed tension in the movement and just kind of bring in that natural myotatic response, and then breathe through it, and you'll actually getting somewhere. Six to 8 breaths. Excellent. Rise up again, slow. Come up and just fold that stick out. Nice work. I'm leaving the stick between my legs, between my posture here. I'm going to lower down right to the elbows. Splay the fingers open as far as they can, or as you can get them. Nice going. What I want you to do is roll the head to the floor. Try to touch the forehead. And then let the round head roll up on the round head until you touch the surface of the top of your head to the earth. Yeah, super slow. Don't need to tax the cervical muscles too badly right now. Once you're on the top of your head, slowly take the weight off your arms and fold your arms up on your back. Let your head take the full weight of the upper body. And it's cycled breathing. Don't hold your breath. Nice work. 6 to 8 breaths. Bring the hands back down. Splay the fingers open. Do it methodically. Don't come out too fast. Then roll to your forehead. Slowly taking the pressure off the neck and off the top of the head. Excellent work. Now as you rise up, going to rise right up. Nice. Let's place that stick that was in front of your knees now, just behind your knees, but get it into a balanced position. Yeah, like this.
And what we're going to do is come in and grab the staff, lower our body to the ground once again. We're going to grab the staff and kick the arms through as far as they'll go. So we'll lower down, touch the forehead to the ground. Now we're going to stay on the forehead this time. Reach both hands simultaneously between and extend out until your stick and your arms are stretched. You're still on your forehead, right into the bottom of your foot. Hopefully you can get there. If you can't quite get all the way down to your foot, just as far as you can. And you're on the forehead this time, so it's a different pressure on the neck and on the head. Hopefully you didn't have a headache coming into class, but maybe this will make it better. Now disengage from the heel hook. This time as you rise up, slide up, roll up onto the top of your head. Let the stick go behind your knees and then rise up. Really good. So that's the movement. Now we'll take the stick back out. I'm going to use my right hand first, place the stick on the ground, and step out with the opposite leg. So the stick is crutched onto the ground. Yeah, and opposite leg steps out. We'll climb the staff and just push your body up into an erect position. Now, if you've got about a 5.5 foot stick, you'll have to cap out a little earlier, but if your stick is 6 feet long, you'll be able to climb a little higher. Rise up, look up, get your face parallel to the ceiling. And if there is no ceiling, if you're doing this outside, you'll just be able to look up into the sky. Yeah, nice work. Now just let go. If your left leg is in the air, let go your left hand. And what you're going to do is take a fist, just like this, and push on the lateral abdomen. Just on the lateral abdomen, like you're punching yourself. And you're going to fold down as far as you can with the arm anchored as high as it can on the stick. Push and sink. Continue to breathe, but really let your fist sink up into your stomach as best you can. Then rise. Beautiful. Now dissolve the fist and take it into kind of a rake position. Just drawing across your stomach. Lower down again. You won't go as low this time. Then rise up. Really good. Excellent job. Now we'll let our hands slide down from the top side or walk down. And we're going to try to maintain this foot up position and sink both elbows down to the floor. Once your elbows are there, see if you can touch the top of your head while you're still in position. This is a big stretch here. Again, you're going down as far as you can. So this is you're using the stick as a guide. Yes, your elbows as a guide. Cycle the air. Once you've done quite a few cycles of air, 6 to 8 cycles, walk the staff.
Beautiful. Come right up as high as you can. Both hands climb. Look up and really disengage or straighten the spine. Excellent. Now, we'll try to do the whole thing on the other side. So step out and move the stick over to the other side. Doing real well. So you're kind of balancing. We'll walk up first on this side now. Look up. Beautiful. Now we'll start to sink away. Leave the opposite hand to the opposite foot. Anchored will cause a fist. And we'll sink that on. I'm on my right leg up now, so I'm on my liver side. Holy moly, good work. And you continue to breathe so your diaphragm kind of pumps against your fist. It's quite nice for the internal organs to kind of massage them a bit. Nice. Now we'll do this draw. So you're actually pulling the lateral stomach across the midline and pressing in and then folding onto it. Hopefully you haven't had a big red rooster breakfast. Excellent. We unfold, and we're going to walk both hands down to the elbows first and try to leave the stick quite close. You know, you can move it way out here, yes, but let's keep it quite close. Elbows first, top of the head, next. And again, when you get there, try to hold that deep posture for 6 to 8 breaths. Really nice. Everybody's doing great. Excellent. That's got it. Wow. Nice depth, Doug. That's excellent. Yeah. Once you're done that, bring the head up, elbows off, and then walk up the staff. Look way up. Excellent work. Now let's see if we can gather up our pillows. And just the ending kind of skill today. All these amazing Keiraku Chosei, or nerve meridians, flow over the head, the gallbladder, the triple burner, the small intestine, large intestine, the bladder. They all work on the head. So the last technique we'll do today is take your claw fingers and you're just going to kind of squeeze all the side of your head, kind of doing that, kneading, as it were, kneading the side of the head. I want you to start kind of so that your thumb digs into the nerve points just under your ears where it's quite sensitive, and go through your ear, the side of the head, right to the top of the head, using the claws of your hands, and just massaging the scalp and hitting those nerve points. And you don't have to know them all right now, but it's nice to learn what they are. Good. Now crawl back open, so now your hands are open a bit more, and try to, instead of just at the behind the jaw, let's go now to the base of the skull. And so your thumbs are kind of digging in there whilst your fingers are kind of probing and pressing the nerve points on the lateral head. Good. Now we'll finish that with a single hand hook. So the hook's going to go right behind your head, and you're going to squeeze just like this. So your hands are just thumbs down neck, and you're just going to squeeze some of the muscle in the neck, and then relax it and squeeze it. So you're holding, straighten spine, straighten neck, spine, and then relax it. And we'll do the other hand, same thing. Squeeze, and then relax. Make sure the breath is working right along it with you. Squeeze, and then relax. Excellent job. Shake the hands loose. Make sure there's no tension in the hand. And final thing we'll do is we'll take our stick up once again, expose trapezius, and we'll just do tataku. And tataku is just kind of that light pounding over the neck. Now, tilt the head less and expose the muscle more and loosen it as you continue to tataku. And we'll do the other side. So our neck is over as far as, head is over as far as it'll go. Don't hit the bone, only hit the muscle. Control that hammering action, the tataku, Japanese name. And then slowly bring the head up as you continue to enervate. Nice. And we'll keep our eyes closed, put the stick at the side. Comfortably arrange your posture. If the half lotus is what you'd like, or the easy lotus, just legs crossed. Good work. Slowly let your eyes roll back open. It's really nice to be able to spend this time with all of you. Thank you for making the effort to come here and be part of everything today. Taikokyu, of course, is kind of a modified name from Junen Taikokyu, or Junen Taiso. And kokyu, of course, means breath, and tai means body. I've explained it a number of times. There's something that we work with every time we work with Taikokyu called the keiryaku chose. And keiryaku are these nerve lines that go from the top of your head to the tip of your toes and into the tips of your fingers. And the nerve meridians, as they're often called in kind of Western parlance, they are part of absolutely every movement we go through. And there is these kinds of linking combinations. The most important thing that I've found in my own Taikokyu practice is that I have this opportunity to tune in to where there may be blockages in one of the chosei or one of the meridians, or maybe 2 or 3 of them. And I encourage that we all have these tuning ins. So even if you're just sitting and you're wondering why there's no circulation getting to your backside or the back of your knee or to your ankle or whatever it might be, your elbow, maybe you're resting or you're on the phone too long with one. These kinds of things are important for us to tune into, as it were. And your body has this remarkable way of being able to send to zones of the body the most healing. And whether it's like if you get a cut, for instance, if you get a cut, well, your white blood cells and the corpuscles and all of these things are so actively involved in trying to render help to that area that you just got cut or injured. It's a remarkable system. And what we have to do is become very practiced in being able to send without an actual cut. Like if we can feel our joints needing certain things, we can feel our body parts needing certain things, we have to be able to get those supplies to the front, as it were, to like in battle, right? And one of the biggest problems in battle is supplying the soldiers food and supplying the soldiers weapons and the likes. I'm sorry to use that as an example, but it is kind of a battle that sometimes occurs within us. And we need to keep the channels open, quite literally, in order to keep the supplies running to the places that need them the most. And we have to become cognizant of that. Even the natural healing that I practice and that other people in here practice are about opening the channels that are blocked. You know, that's what acupuncture is all about. That's what acupressure is all about. That's really what touch therapy is all about. And so Taikokyu is not, it's akin to all of that. It's not far off all of that. So let us find a way every day to keep our supply chains open. I mean, one of the things, when we were in reflection work a few moments ago, one of the things that came to me the most is, I said, well, let's tune into those body parts that might need a little bit extra help. And that's what I'm talking about. But one thing that I noticed big time with a lot of people and patients certainly that I work with is where things hit them the most is their stomach and their stomach meridian. You know, we continue to put so much garbage into our stomachs, and we just hope that the supplies that we give our body can be sent to those critical zones for healing. And imagine if you don't have very healing food, what's the joint going to get? So please bear that in mind too when we're eating and when we're drinking and whatever it is that we put into our body, even on our bodies, is about our health, taking care of ourselves rather than strikes against. I had an X-ray, a MRI scan from a friend sent to me to one of my patients, and it was just abysmal what they discovered inside. And a lot of it boils right back to the weight of the person, the diet, the way that they're looking after themselves. And so kudos to all of you for being here and trying to look after yourselves. Now, if you can get the other things working, I'm going to finalize this with homework. I'm sorry, you get homework. This is school after all. And this movement that we call the water stretch posture, that you practice and we move through it all the time. Even this is the full water stretch. It's sometimes called koza, the seated posture, koza. Za just means seated posture. I want you to find a way to do it. So even if you're sitting in a chair, you have to not do necessarily full koza, but you're doing a half koza. So if you're sitting in a chair, that leg's going to come up, or the other one's going to come up. Or if you're standing somewhere, you have to find a platform to bring your koza into action, even if you're just folding that across and you're standing on one leg. But somewhere throughout the week, between now and the next time we meet on our live program, do as much koza, half koza, han koza, or full koza that you can do. Whether it's sitting on the floor, or you're at your work desk, or you're on an exercise ball, whatever it is, I can show you all those movements, of course. And I know guys like Dave, he's taking people through this all the time. But find a way to do it for you, not just for others. And this is a critical link. This water stretch posture helps open up all those meridians, as we've talked about, that go into your leg. So that's your homework, to do more and more koza, even if it means going on the ground. This is a half koza right here, even though you've got earth element in this extended leg. So there's the full deal, full meal deal, the dropping down, the pressing of the arms. These are all work for you. But also, even if it's single leg, find a way to put the leg on a platform, a desk, the kitchen counter, whatever it might be. Good job. Thanks a lot, and blessings. See you soon.